The next sutta is 4.9.85. The Buddha said, "Monks, these 4 persons are found existing in the world. What for? He who is in darkness and bound for darkness. He who is in darkness but bound for light. He who is in light but bound for darkness. And he who is in light and bound for light. And how, monks, is a person in darkness bound for darkness? In this case, a certain person is born in a low family, the family of a scavenger or a hunter or a basket weaver or wheelwright or sweeper, or in the family of some wretched man, hard put to it to find a meal or earn a living, where food and clothes are hard to get. Moreover, he is ill-favored, ugly, dwarfish, sickly, half-blind, crooked, lame or paralyzed, with hardly any food, without clothes, vehicle, without perfumes or flower garlands, bed, dwelling or lights. He lives in the practice of doing evil with body, speech and mind. And so doing, when body breaks up after death, he is reborn in the waste, the woeful plains, the downfall in hell. Thus, monks, is the person who is in darkness and bound for darkness. And how, monks, is a person in darkness but bound for light? In this case, a certain person is born in a low family, the family of a scavenger or a hunter or a basket weaver, etc., as before. He lives in the practice of doing good with body, speech and mind. And so doing, when body breaks up after death, he is reborn in the happy lot, in the heaven world. And how, monks, is a person in light but bound for darkness? In this case, a certain person is born in a high family, a family of wealthy nobles, or a family of wealthy Brahmins, or of wealthy householders, in a family that is rich, exceedingly rich, of great possessions, with the support of abounding wealth, in a family that abounds in wealth of crops. And that man is well built, comely and charming, possessed of supreme beauty of form. He is one able to get clothes, vehicle, perfumes and flower garlands, bed, dwelling and lights. But he lives in the practice of doing evil with body, speech and thought. So doing, when body breaks up after death, he is reborn in the waste, the woeful plains, the downfall, in hell. Thus, monks, is the person who is in light but bound for darkness. And how, monks, is a person who is in light and bound for light? In this case, a person is born in a high family, a family of wealthy nobles, or a family of wealthy Brahmins, or of wealthy householders, in a family that is rich, exceedingly rich, of great possessions, etc., He lives in the practice of doing good with body, speech and mind. So doing, when body breaks up after death, he is reborn in the happy lot, in the heaven world. Thus, monks, is one who is in light and bound for light. These monks are the 4 persons found existing in the world. So in this sutta, you see there are different kinds of people in this world. There are some who are, because of bad karma, they are born in a low family where life is difficult, and physically also they look ugly, and they hardly get food, etc. And in spite of that, because they don't know the Dhamma, nobody taught them the Dhamma, they do evil. They're having a bad life and still they do evil. And because of that, they will go down to the woeful plains, the 3 woeful plains, the animal realm or ghost or hell. But the second type of person, he's born into a poor family, despised, etc. But he, because of good conditions, he does good karmas of body, speech and mind. So because of doing good, he is perhaps he comes across the Dhamma, and the Dhamma teaches him to live a righteous life, a good life. So he does good karma, and after that he is born in heaven, or at least in the human realm or something, which is in a better condition than before. Then the third one is a person in light but bound for darkness. That means a person who is born to a rich family, and then he is also endowed with good physical features. He's healthy, strong, and good looking, etc. But he does evil and does evil deeds. And this is quite common. People who have come from a rich family, they have power, they have money, and they misuse it. They try to enjoy life too much, get the most out of life, and so later they'll have to suffer and go to the woeful plains. But the fourth one is extremely good. He's got good karma, born in a good family, and he takes the trouble to study the Dhamma, listen to the suttas, and so he guides himself on the right course. He uses his wealth to do meritorious deeds. So he's planting the good karma, so that in the next life he'll be reborn into a very good life again. So we have to remember the sutta which I read earlier also, where the Buddha said, few human beings will come back to the human plane or be born into the Deva realm. Most human beings, when we pass away, most of us, maybe 70-80% of human beings will be born into the woeful plains. But that figure is just a speculation. Will be born to the woeful plains, and not many will be reborn in the human realm and the Deva realm. So because of that, now we have to be very careful. Don't live an ordinary life like most people. Don't be an ordinary person, because the ordinary person doesn't get a good rebirth. We have to make the best out of life, and then we'll get a good rebirth. Make the best out of life, not meaning in a sensual enjoyment, but in the Dhamma sense.